Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I've come down to a lake that I've been to before in Milton Keynes called Caldecott Lake. Today we're going to use the Canon M50 Mark II. It's a beautiful day in the sort of beginning of November. The sun's out, we've got a nice blue sky, hardly any clouds. See how long that lasts. As I say, I'm out with the Canon M50 Mark II. This is the camera as usual, but what's different is today we're using the Canon 28mm, and it's a macro lens, but it can be used for just normal photography at 28mm. We're going to have a go at seeing how this lens performs just as a normal prime 28. So I'm looking forward to this walk. The sun's fairly low because we're in November and the time at 9:30 in the morning, so it's quite cold actually. I've got my hat on. So let's see what sort of shots we can get around here. So that was fun, just getting a few swans, especially the ones going into the sun. I thought that was a nice effect. Anyway, I've carried on walking around the lake, and I have actually taken photos here before, but I just love this spot because you've got these reeds just in front of the water, just going back to a sort of tree line going diagonally across, and then the other side of the lake, and in between obviously the bluish water. So here I'm trying several different compositions, fairly similar to each other, but using more or less in the foreground. Now I'm going to number these, so perhaps you can make some comments in the comment section to which one you feel is the best composition out of these ones on the corner of this lake. There we go, there's the first one. We've got sort of nice brown reeds there in the foreground. Now I've just moved over a little bit and you'll see I've got less of the reeds now and just the horizontal background. That's number 2. Number 3, I've got more of the reeds, again this time with a little bit of the green showing in the left hand corner. And then the final one, I've got more of the green bushes before the reeds. So tell me which one you like, 1, 2, 3 or 4. So walking along here, I just noticed these red leaves and I thought they looked really lovely amongst all this green. Okay, what we've got here is some nice red leaves amongst all these green. So I want to try and take these. So I want ISO 100. Yes, I'm at f4 actually. f4, that gives me 1/100th of a second. Focus on the red. So just a little bit further on from those red leaves, I came across this set of trees. There's 3 of them, and in photography I know there's lots of rules and you don't have to follow them, but one of the rules is the rule of odds. Often if you've got an odd number of objects or people, it seems to draw the eye in nicely. So here I liked the shadows and the fact that there was an odd number of trees, and I felt it just drew the eye in really nice to that composition. So just here I really liked the colour of this bush, but what I wanted it to do was tell a story of the area. So in the background there's buildings, we've got the nice bluish lake in between, so I felt that that was a really nice shot. I put it on f11 so there was much more in focus, and then the same set I moved a little bit closer and there was these reeds dried out from last year, and I wanted to get really close as this is a macro lens, and got some really nice bokeh there. And then just a little bit further along there was another similar bush, and down on the right there's lots of rocks in a cage, obviously to protect the banks from the water and any floods, and I just wanted to get that diagonally going across and get the colours of the rocks and the green on there. And here I found another set of red leaves, and again I really loved this, so I put it on f.56 so that there was a little bit more in focus rather than blurring it out. And then a bit further along I just loved how these two trees led your eye in to the trees in the background with different colours, and then again this river going through. I just loved the idea that you could only see that part of the river through the two trees. And then this set of bushes, I really loved them, I loved the different colours. And then here comes the final picture of the day. I had to walk across this bridge and I just loved all the shadows and the lines. So this is where I flip the screen out because it's a bit easier to get lower, and I've put that into black and white because I just think it just goes nicely. So anyway, this lens is an absolutely brilliant lens. I do like the lens. I don't use it very much because obviously I've got lots of others, but I think that it's better when you've got a bit more light. It doesn't open up a great deal, you know, a bit like the Sigma lenses do for prime lenses, but nevertheless a nice lens. It's not too heavy. I've got some really nice sharp images, and you know, the fact that you can get really close, and I haven't done any close-up macros, I'll leave that for another video, but I just wanted to show you this lens just in use as a normal prime lens, wandering around trying to get some compositions with the 28mm. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please give me the thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell so that you don't miss future videos, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next video.